Alhaji Bashir Jimoh, Managing Director of Bashmoh Homes, has emphasized the need for increased investment to strengthen the commodity board in the agriculture sector for favorable food prices. In an interview with the News Agency of Nigeria, NAN, in Lagos, Jimoh said that this would be his approach if he had the powers of the president.
If I'm to look at the agric aspect of it, from my experience, I think I would rather concentrate on commodity board. I would rather provide funds for government to buy agric produce from farmers and sell at a subsidized rate to Nigerians. One thing experience has taught me in this industry, especially in the agric subsector, is that most of the palliatives that government try to provide end up not getting to the farmers. Look at tractors will eventually be hijacked by politicians. Look at provision of loans to farmers. It is farmers that are in briefcase that will end up having it. The real farmers will not have it. And the way Nigeria is configured, once there is no government subsidy at the beginning of every event, of any event, however, there is subsidy at the end of it. The real players will play in it. They will produce. Government will buy at high prices. They will make money because government is buying the final products. Then they can now subsidize it to Nigerians. So it's achieving the same thing, but one is just at the beginning, while the other one is at the end. As we speak, all over the country, we have strategic grains reserve. I will expand this grain reserve. I will expand commodity board to be involved in agric storage and buy this produce, because 60% of our inflation is agric-based inflation. 60% of that agric-based inflation is based on traders, those trading along the agric chain. So the high prices of food, the farmers end up not even benefiting from it. It is the traders that buy at a lower price from the farmers, stock and sell at exorbitant prices. And that is the angle I'll try to X.
He also shared his views on the impact of the federal government's suspension of tariffs on importing certain food commodities.
The reduction in tariff importation, we've seen what has happened in the last 3 days after the policy. Prices of dollars in the black market is going high. Those that we want to actually import those food items cannot access dollar from FX window. So they would rather buy from the black market. And once they know that if they buy from black market, they can walk across the border, Cotonou, to go and bring in this produce, it will be at an exorbitant price. Because again, the price of FX in the black market is not reflective of the forces of demand and supply in Nigeria. It's basically about people trying to hide funds. And if you base, agri consumption, food, on forces of demand and supply, I tell you, most Nigerians will not survive it. Yeah, if it's a short-term process, let's watch and see. However, one thing I'm sure of is that we are always following this road every now and then. During rainy season, prices of food goes up. It's a simple economics. The stock of food has finished from the warehouses and the new ones are not out yet. So prices will definitely shoot up. That is where government need to create the gap through the strategic reserve. They've released tons of sorghum, tons of maize from our strategic reserve, but it's not affecting the prices of this produce in the market. You know why? It has gotten to the hand of the power brokers and the political survey people instead of the common man that needs it.
As a real estate development expert, Jimoh also offered advice on addressing housing deficit in the country.
The, in quote, housing deficit that we have really is about housing finance. What is obtainable in other climes is that properties are financed through mortgage. Nobody goes to buy any house in cash as is done here. What you do is that you provide enabling environment where people have access to funds that they will use to buy out. I'll give you an example. Someone doing vulcanizer in Lagos can afford a 3-bedroom flat in Ikorodu with all the necessary amenities at 15 million, 20 million. Ask the same person to pay over 30 years. He pays an average of 50,000 naira in a month. Ask him not to even pay monthly, he should pay daily, an average of 2,000 naira a day. An average organizer can pay 2,000 naira a day to finance the purchase of his flats, when compared to asking him to pay 15-20 million naira at once. So the issue of housing in Nigeria is not about the provision of housing, it is the affordability propelled by the financing model. It is the financing model of mortgage financing model that is wrong in Nigeria, not the availability of the houses, because again, once there is demand, definitely people will bridge the gap.